Unanimous.
Unanimous.
I like Buffalo.
That's a full house. So now we got a very classic rivalry. We have San Diego Chargers against the Oakland Raiders. Well, Oakland, it looks like it's one of their last years in Oakland because unfortunately it appears that there's a number of teams that are just not meeting up to their standards of the NFL of how much money they make, and Oakland looks like one of those teams that won't stay in Oakland too much longer. Unfortunately, the Bills are another one of them. But with that being said, San Diego's definitely an outstanding team. They really haven't been shining the way we all expected them to be shining. But I think, nevertheless, San Diego's going to take this game. I think, hands down, San Diego's going to annihilate Oakland. And their head coach, if he hasn't been fired already, he's going to be fired any day soon. Corey.
He just dangling.
Yeah.
Al Davis got Alzheimer's or something, and he just messing with the man. Just messing with the man. He tell people, go mess to him, go tell him, I'm fired. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong, man. He just dangling.
It's not right. No,
it's not right. It's not right. And his mind not right. Mind games, people.
That's mind games, that's for sure. He's got that little pin cushion, he's poking it.
Yeah, San Diego. San Diego.
What do you think, Dale?
I'm going San Diego. I'm not going against LaDainian again. I'm sure going to play him. But they hate each other. And Oakland showed sparks against the Buffalo. And I will say thank you, Raiders fans, for your good behavior in their stadium.
Oh, they followed the code of conduct.
They did.
That's amazing.
It was the Bills fans.
Oakland's usually straight from hell, you know. I mean, those guys are just, you know, they're Raiders.
The Bills fans were over the top.
That's
the
wrong,
Raiders fans were...
Well, it's usually because the Raiders beat the Bills no matter what their record is. The Raiders always manage to somehow beat the Bills.
Correct.
So it was a great day for us.
Maybe if they go to Toronto, they'll act right.
Yeah,
I
they
said that.
Put a Blue Jay on their helmet.
I'm not saying it might go there in Toronto because maybe Toronto fans know how to act, except Maple Leafs. But we won't go.
Well, they can put a Blue Jay on their helmet and maybe Toronto Blue Jay Bills or whatever the hell.
Oh, horrible, horrible. Moving on.
All right, next we got Washington at Dallas. Washington Redskins at the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, do we really need to talk about this? I mean, Dallas is going to kill these guys. The only question is how many points are Dallas Cowboys going to beat them by? I think, in my opinion, Dallas could probably beat them by 2 touchdowns. Easily. I mean, Dallas is a high-powered, high-powered offense. They score points. They know how to do it. They know how to get the job done. Every now and then they suffer a little bit, but they come back from it all. So, at the end of the day, they can turn it over twice, 3 times, and still beat the Redskins by 2 touchdowns. I don't know. We already know Corey's going to say, Dale, what's your take on it?
Wait. You said you were going to go to everybody.
Well, you go after him.
I'm just making.
Take your turn. We know what you're going to say.
I'll make it quick for the truth because I know he wants to talk about his team. There's no way Washington can beat Dallas. I do love this rivalry. Classic little boy, Cowboys versus Indians, and the Cowboys always win.
That's right, unfortunately.
That's the way it is. Sorry.
The Cowboys do always, no offense to the Indians.
In New York State, it's still happening. The
Yeah.
Cowboys still win.
It's a tough one. Corey, I can only imagine what you're going to say.
I think it's going to be a closer game than people may think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Washington's a good team.
They hate
We're
each
going to
other.
beat them. Don't get me wrong. We're going to beat them.
Right, you're going to beat them. Yeah.
But it's going to be a close game.
And it is, of course, a rivalry.
It's going to be a close game.
It's a division rivalry, so everybody always steps up their level. That's all you got to say?
That's all. You know what I say? We do.
You got any peace sign or anything like that for the Cowboys or anything?
What kind of sign?
Any kind of sign or,
I was going to do the signs, but the NFL sending fines out. It's in the contract.
All right.
You know I do.
About the contract.
Well, with that being said, that brings us to Philadelphia Eagles at the Chicago Bears. The Bears. I can't stand the Bears. I've always hated the Bears. I hate the Bears. Every time I bet against them, they win. Every time I bet for them, they lose. What can I say? They show promise. They got McNabb against them. The Eagles have McNabb. And McNabb is, again, like I said, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, potentially one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So I'm easily going with the Eagles to just slaughter the Chicago Bears.
I beg to differ. I think Kyle Orton is in the same caliber as... I'm sorry, I couldn't even do it with a straight face.
See, because you making stuff up. Tell the truth. It's easier.
Chicago's good. They're not the caliber of Philadelphia. Philly's going to hurt without Westbrook. That injury, how bad's that looking? I don't really know.
That'll hurt him, yeah, that'll hurt him.
But I think McNabb's healthy. There's no way Chicago's going to touch him. Philly.
Sir?
If it snows in Chicago, Chicago wins. I'm not expecting snow.
No, there's no... Even these crappy weather forecasters can't get this one wrong. There won't be snow this week.
If it snows, put it on Chicago. If it doesn't snow, Philly. McNabb, big game.
Leaving us with Monday night game. Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, there's a relatively new division rivalry. The Baltimore Ravens snuck out overnight from Cleveland. And
Who was I?
No,
Ray
they're-
Lewis. Sorry.
so, you know, the Ravens always have a good defense. They're strong. But the Steelers are always good. And quite frankly, the Steelers are going to win, in my opinion. There's no way the Steelers are going to be stopped by these guys. This is probably the easiest game of the year for the Steelers. The Steelers have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. They're facing every one of the best teams in the NFL.
What
The
about
NFC
Willie Parker?
East.
They're missing
So-
Willie Parker, are they not?
I don't know. Are they missing Will Parker?
Corey,
Willie Parker is on the bench.
He's on the bench?
Parker's out.
Well, that's a problem.
That hurts. I thought that might
Do
help
I need
you.
to change my pick?
I thought that might be one of those times to change your pick. You have to be wishy-washy yet.
Maybe I'll change my pick. I haven't changed the pick yet, so this might be the time to do it. I'll go with the Ravens.
Tell
I'll
the
go with
truth.
the Ravens for the upset.
Tell the truth.
Okay, Ravens. I take Ravens. Dale, what do you take?
I'm taking Baltimore. I'm going to watch this Flacco kid light it up. I'm going to try to pick him up in my fantasy. I'm taking Baltimore. I love Pittsburgh. They're going to be huge this year. They're going to be in the playoffs. But I think they're going to have a hard time this week. Willie Parker's absence is going to hurt them.
I actually differ. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be huge this year. I think they have the toughest schedule in the NFL, and they're going to be lucky to make it to the playoffs. The only thing they have going for them is that pretty much the majority of the teams they face, so does everybody else in their division, the Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati, and the Browns. So pretty much they all have tough schedules. They have to face the NFC East, which is, in my opinion, the best division in the NFL. That's your division.
No doubt.
You know, you got the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Giants. Super Bowl Giants, Cowboys, runner-ups, and what are you going to do? I mean, that's, in my opinion, the strongest division in the NFL right now. Toughest division. They all have great records. You got 2 3-0 teams. You got 1 2-1 and another 2-1. So that's the strongest division. And the Steelers and everybody in their division have to face these teams and beat them. And they're just not going to do it, you know?
I agree. You picked Baltimore?
I took Baltimore.
You picked Baltimore?
I picked Baltimore just to change my pick for the record.
I picked Baltimore too. Also, I want to tell the truth though. Ray wasn't like this, okay? What happened with Ray was his boy and him was walking down the street, and his boy was like this,
All right.
okay? And Ray was like this, and Ray happened to be there, okay? Ray was down for his boy. That's why they let the man go, okay? MVP. Stop hating on us, okay? Tell the truth. He wasn't like this.
He's right. He was like
If
this.
me and you walking down the street and all of a sudden you decide it's time to stab somebody out there, we boys. I'm down with you, okay? But tell the truth.
He's making a lot of stuff. It wasn't Ray. It was Ray's boy.
Well, let's hope nobody decides to do that, okay? So, well, to conclude this next week in football, we thank you all for joining us. This is Mark,
Dale Spurf.